quite curious. Please drop in the comment and let me know where you are from, your city, your country, and let's have a look. Awesome. We've got people from everywhere, from Canada, UK. I'm from the UK, so welcome. Spain, Berlin, Belgium, Argentina. I'm actually currently living in Argentina, so welcome. And Germany, Detroit, Miami, Texas, again, London. Okay, lots of different countries. And from Czech Republic, love it, love it. Thank you, girls. Second question, also very curious about your relationship status. If you are currently single, please drop 1. If you are in a relationship, please drop 2. And if you are in a situationship, please put 3. What else do we have here from Master Suit says? Okay, from Poland, from Istanbul, super cool. Okay, by the look of it, most girls are currently single. Some are in relationship, and we've got quite a few from, I guess, currently in a situationship as well. Okay, not to worry. If you're single and looking for a provider, you are in the right place. If you are in a situationship and you're looking for a commitment, you're also in the right place. And if you're in a relationship, but you're not very happy currently, you're also in the right place. So I guess to start with, there is a trend on social media where women are showing off their soft life, being fully provided for, having the freedom to do whatever they want, go to Pilates during the day, driving a nice car, getting spoiled with gifts, and having men, bend down to tie their shoelaces, etc. Now, if you are already getting these treatments, then feel free to close the screen and leave the masterclass, because I'm not sure if I can teach you anything or if you need my help. But if you are in the next 2 categories, please pay very close attention. The first one is you want to live a soft life, but you're just so sick and tired of always leading, always organizing, always chasing. You want to stop attracting weak men. You want to be able to sit back, trust, and relax, and you're curious to find out how you can actually make this happen for you. The second one is if you feel a bit cringy seeing women getting princess treatment on social media and you thought, ew, why is she getting, such nice gifts, and why is she not tying her own shoelaces? Why is she not paying for her food? Can I be honest with you for a second if this is you? The reason why content like this triggers you is because deep down inside, you want the same. You want that too. And those women who are living a soft life, being provided for, they are living the life that you wish you had. So if you resonate with any of those 2 categories, you are in the right place. I promise you, I have been there. I am a recovering boss babe. I used to feel the same until I learned how to operate from my feminine energy. Then I started getting better treatment from men. And then I realized that men are actually not trash. Men are actually great. And as women, if you know how to play the game and if you're smart, life doesn't have to be so hard. In fact, life can be so happy, so fulfilling, and so easy as a woman if you know how to play the game and if you know how to talk to men. At this point, whenever I'm with a man, all I bring to the table is my presence and the vibe. And everything else is pretty much taken care of and paid for. And I actually want to quickly share a text that I got from my student Ashley this morning that made me really, really happy. So she sent me a photo of her sipping a drink at a bar on like a weekday morning. And this is her text. She said, "Abby, thank you so much. Because of you, I get to live a life like this on a weekday. I quit my full-time job last January, and now I have a provider buying me whatever I want." If you find this unbelievable, I promise you that I'm nothing special. My students are also nothing special. It just happened that we have acquired the skills and the knowledge to speak the male language, and we put in the work to get out of our masculine shell and learn how to actually unleash our feminine energy, learn to receive, and now we're fully capable of presenting ourselves in a way to inspire men to protect and provide and treat us like a princess. Again, we are nothing special. We are just a regular person. We are not drop dead gorgeous. So if we can do it, you can do it too. It's so possible for you. And I promise you, being a woman, having, ovaries, having the right hormones, it is so possible for you. And once you know how to do it, life and dating is super fun. And the best part is men actually love protecting and providing. I always say this, if you've been following me on social media for a little while, men are born to serve and protect and provide. It is in their DNA. If that hasn't been your experience, it only means that you were not their dream girl, or you're not portraying yourself as someone who is feminine and who deserves better treatment. I promise you, even in quote unquote 50-50 countries like Germany, Sweden, men are still happy to protect and provide. And one thing about men that you have to understand is that they are not like women. They actually thrive on taking up the providing role, and it makes them feel good if they are useful and they can actually be as service. And I feel like, bear with me, I'm just also omitting a bit more people. Got a bit of a technical issue here, I think. Just bear with me. Okay, perfect. We're back on now. Right. I was just saying that men, unlike women, they don't get tired for doing more. They actually like being useful. So overall, here's what I would say. My philosophy is that dating should be 3F for women. So fun, free, and fuss-free, if you know what to do. And I think a lot of you on this masterclass, you are making a few mistakes that's actually holding you back from receiving princess treatment. So I'll give you 5 very practical tips and also point out what you have been doing wrong so you can actually make some adjustment and improve. The first one is the most common one, that you're always leading, always chasing, and always micromanaging. Most of you, though, when you start liking a guy, you immediately jump into this micromanaging mode that you like to jump through hoops and often go out of your way to do things for him. You might even reschedule your plans to cater him so you can see him. You also entertain last-minute day offer just because you really like this guy. And you always initiate, you plan dates, you go about and buy him gifts for Valentine's Day. You worry about what to get him for his birthday. And you spend lots of time doing things for him and help him. Here's the thing. The more you do for him, the less he's going to like you. Unlike women, men only value things that they have to work hard for. So things and people that come too easy for them means that it's disposable. They don't care. They don't value it. A lot of you right now are struggling with, I guess, your dating life, and you can't get commitment from a man because you started off the relationship wrong by doing too much for him too soon. So now he just takes you for granted and he doesn't value you at all. And it's coming to a point that he just see you as a placeholder, or, pardon my language if I'm being a bit too blunt or too straightforward. He knows that there are no consequences, whether he behaved well or he give up bad behavior. So to him, at this point, you're pretty much disposable because he knows that doesn't matter what he does, you're always going to be there waiting for him. It's like if you go to the metro station and to catch a train, if you know that doesn't matter how late you are, the train will still be there and wait for you to get on board, there's no point to rush. What's the rush to get commitment and exclusivity? You have to set your own schedule and you have to depart, leave the station at your own schedule, so that the people and the guys that are dealing with you know that, okay, she's not going to be there for me forever. I better step up my game or else she might leave. That's the only way to encourage good behavior. And men are also very conditioned to suppress their emotion. That's why most men, especially if they're masculine, they're a bit less in tune with their emotion. So when they interact with a woman, they need more time to process. And there is an effective way to actually make him like you more. So I'll give you one quick tip. To make a guy like you more, you have to start asking him for small favors. Ask him for help. For example, small things like when you guys go out, ask him to hold your jacket for you for a little while. Or when you guys go to a party or a festival, ask him to help you to keep your phone in his pocket for a little while. Or if it's like a special occasion, Valentine's Day, your birthday, ask him for small gifts. Ask him to do things for you. I'll give an example. So for me personally, I always play tennis with guys, I guess guy friends or guys that I date. And I can't remember the last time I restrung my tennis racket. So if you play tennis, you know that every now and then you're going to take your racket to the store to get it, to restring it, to make sure that it's, functioning properly. So I never do it myself because A, I don't know which is the best string to pick. And B, that's such a nice small task to ask guys to do as a gesture of being helpful. And they love doing it. And there were also other occasions in the past that when a guy is teaching me a certain subject, maybe like finance or economy, and I will ask them, so yeah, I'm very interested in this topic. Is there like a book that you recommend? And if they do, I'll ask them, can you buy me that book? A book is like $10, $15, $20. It's such a small gesture. But asking for help and asking for favor is going to confuse his mind, because the more he does for you, the quicker he's going to get emotionally invested. He'd be like, okay, wait a second. Why am I doing so much for this girl? I must really like her then. So here's the key. To make a guy like you more, you have to ask for help and ask him and invite him to do more for you, not the other way around, okay? The more you do for him, the less he's going to like you, okay? The second one is, the second major mistake that I've seen women making is that when you get involved with a man, you become his mother, not his lover. Like you might be running around trying to do things to make his life easier, reminding him of going to different appointments, asking if he's hungry, asking him if he's cold or it's cold outside, put on a jacket. When he's not responding or when he's pulling away, you jump into the mothering mode and ask him, what's wrong? Oh, you seem so stressed. Is everything okay? And you go around buying things for him because you feel like he might need those things. I get a lot of messages from girls asking me, so Abby, how do I stop being his mother? Very simple. Simply stop doing things for him. You must stop giving and stop nurturing a man before you are his girlfriend. So until he's asked for your commitment, until he's asked you to be exclusive for him, do not give him the girlfriend treatment. Because let's put it this way. Think of that from a guy's perspective. Is if he's already getting girlfriend treatment without giving you the title, what's the motivation to ask you to be official? Or a lot of you would live with a guy, become his live-in maid or helper, washing his laundry, doing household chores while splitting rent with him without a ring. So from a guy's perspective, if he's already enjoying wifey treatment without putting a ring on it, what's the motivation to propose? You tell me that. If you are a guy, you already have someone that split rent with you, pay for half of your bills, wash your boxers, cook for you, and do your laundry. What's the motivation to propose? And when you look at a woman like that, Does she seem like a prize that you want to claim? Probably not. So my second advice is when you get involved with a man, stop being his mother and stop being his girlfriend unless he's asked you for commitment. And stop being his wife unless you put a ring on your finger, or else there's no motivation for him to step up his game and claim you because he doesn't see you as a prize. Okay? The third mistake is you tolerate bad behavior. You show him that there are zero consequences for bad behavior and he can just come in and out of your life at any time. Just bear with me, one sip. I want to share a real life story with you that I've seen very recently. So in my own social circle, a friend of mine, a beautiful girlfriend, excuse me, I've been talking quite a lot today because I'm seeing a few clients this morning. Just bear with me. So yeah, this beautiful girlfriend of mine, she planned a Halloween party with her boyfriend. So she planned the whole thing. She bought the outfit. She bought the ticket. She planned the schedule. And what he has to do is literally to show up. So for the party, the door opens at 9 p.m. and the last entry was at 11. And my girlfriend and her boyfriend, they agreed to meet up at the venue at 9 to go in. So around 7 in the evening, my friend texted her boyfriend. There's no reply. In the next 2 hours, between 7 to 9, she called and texted him 11 times. Haven't heard from him. Radio silence. So came 9 p.m., my friend was really upset, but then she still went ahead and went to the party with other friends because they were going to go in a group. Came about 10:30, about half an hour before the last entry. The boyfriend called her back, finally, apologizing because he took a nap and he slept through his alarm. Well, he hopped onto a taxi and he made it to the party just before the door shut. And of course, my friend was super upset and she was so mad that she even bit him in the arm. It was kind of funny. But well, in the end, of course, after a bit of like sweet talking and apologizing, she forgave him. And just like how she forgave him every single time when he messed up. I heard the story, but I didn't say a thing because I do not give out unsolicited advice. It's also not my responsibility to mind other people's businesses. And I have to say one thing. You being here today, you're so lucky because most women on this earth don't have the same opportunity to receive such valuable advice and teaching. Therefore, most of them would never wake up and they get stuck in this perpetual cycle of mothering and chasing and initiating and getting so exhausted. The irony is that same Halloween weekend, I went to another Halloween party with a guy friend. He planned the whole thing. He bought the ticket. He paid for my drinks, my food. He acted as my chaperone. And all I had to do was to show up and look pretty. Everything was arranged and I had so much fun and I did not have to worry a single thing. Again, the reason why my friend and I got so different treatment is because it's not because I'm special or I'm prettier. I am not. I'm nothing special. It's just because guys know that I don't put up with bad behaviors. You need to become the kind of woman that, first of all, men see you as a great company to a point that they know that your presence alone is going to make the whole experience a lot more fun for them. And if you can do that, they'll be very happy to spend money on you and invite you to different events. This also applies to platonic friends, like friends that you are not dating. And you also have to make it very clear that when a guy misbehaves, there are very strict and severe consequences. I'll give you an example. Let's say if a guy had a date with you, but then he canceled plans last minute, right? You have to create tension and show him there are consequences when he, bail on you last minute. Let's say if a guy cancel on you last minute, a lot of you might be like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry. We can do it next time. Too nice. Too nice and no consequences. That's why bad behaviors will perpetuate and good behaviors are not reinforced. So here's what you do. Next time when a guy cancels plans, number one, you must create some tension. Let him know that you're unhappy about it by saying this. Oh, wow, that's upsetting. I was looking forward to seeing you. I guess you have to make it up to me next time then. This is a very nice way to tell him that, okay, I was looking forward to seeing you, but I'm a bit disappointed, so I'm upset. So if you want to see me again, you better make it up for me next time. And then the next step is you have to ghost him for 2 days. Leave him on silent for 2 days. Here's what's going to happen. He will double text if he's interested. And trust me, if he truly cares about you, and the reason why he canceled the plan was because maybe work came up or some life event came up, it's not because he went to see another girl that's at a higher priority on his roster. He will make it up to you and he will apologize profusely. And if you leave him on scene for 2 days and he never texts you back, good. He wasn't that interested in the first place anyways. So not only did you not lose anything, you also save yourself time and also mental energy. So here's how you deal with it. You must show a guy that there are clear consequences when he misbehaves, and you must stick to your own gun. Don't be so nice, because if a guy knows that he can come in and out and walk all over you, he's just going to perpetuate his bad behavior. And I always say this, when a guy misbehaves or when a guy says something that you don't like to hear or when he's being rude, simply block him for 3 days. If you haven't read my book, How to Talk to Men, you might remember that I've mentioned that actress, Gabrielle Union. She famously said this, whenever her husband, Dwayne Wade, upset her, she would pack a bag. She doesn't scream, she doesn't nag, doesn't yell. She pack a bag and she'll leave town for 3 days to cool off. And that's the key to keeping the relationship intact for 18 years. So I guess my best advice here is when a guy misbehaves, when he mistreats you, refrain from sending him a big paragraph. Men do not respond to words. They only respond to action or inaction. So you have to let him know that you're upset about it, and then don't talk to him for a few days. If he comes back, great, he cares. If he doesn't, good. You weren't really at the priority on his roster of girls anyways. And the reason why he canceled on you is because a better option came up. The girl that he really liked reached out to him. That's why he just ditched you, because you're disposable. So that's going to save you a lot of time. Okay? Right. Number 4, some of you were raised in a way that make you tie your self-worth to your contribution. So you thought that the more you bring to the table, the more he's going to value you and like you. And a lot of you were raised in a way where you felt like love has to be earned. You are constantly thinking about, okay, what should I bring to the table to keep a man? Is it my body? Do I have to sleep with him as soon as possible to keep him? Is it my emotional labor? Is it my time? Or do I have to run around, chase after him to please him so that he would actually see how good I am, how much I can do for him so he would like me more? A key quality to being in your true feminine is that you have developed a very strong self-concept, that you know that as a woman, your time is not free and your presence alone is enough. Whenever I say this, as a woman, your presence alone is more than enough. A lot of you might ask me, what, my presence, Abby? So what if he keeps giving and I keep receiving? What is it in for him? Let me further explain this, okay? Got a question for you. Type that in the chat if you have some idea. Do you know how to tell if a man is truly rich and resourceful? How do you tell if a guy is truly wealthy? Type that in the chat if you've got some idea. I'll have a look at the chat right now. How to tell if a guy is truly wealthy? Yeah, Marina just said this. Be a good girl, be a good wife, give, give, give. That is like one of the biggest scam in the 21st century. Women should stop giving so much. But I have to make it very clear, it's not your fault that you're so giving and so nurturing, because this is, our nature. Women are born to be nurturing and giving, and men are born to take. So the first step of having a successful dating life and be respected and cherished, you must learn to refrain from giving so much when the other person has earned it, or else you're going to get so exhausted because people kept sucking up your energy, and eventually it ages you, it makes you feel resentful, and it's not a good life. Awesome. A lot of you saw my reel on my Instagram. Excellent. The only reliable indicator to tell if a guy is truly wealthy, all men know this, but women don't know about this, is by looking at his woman. It's not his job, it's not his car, it's not his house. It's by looking at his woman. Because this is like a bro code. Only men know about this. For men, his woman is the reflection of him. So a man who is truly in his masculine, when you're with him, your presence and your company alone are more than enough, because the presence of a beautiful, elegant woman makes him look so good among other men, among his peers. It makes him look good just being with a beautiful girl who looks elegant and who can carry herself well. Therefore, contrary to popular belief, to get a guy to adore you and respect you, it's not about you doing more for him. It's more about you doing more for yourself. Prioritize your own pleasure, invest in your body, your looks, and invest in your brain. Add value to yourself and make sure you look good. Because when you look good, you make him look good. I know that this is quite new for a lot of you. And this is also easier said than done. But if you want to have a successful dating life, if you want to attract a man who can protect and provide, you have to invest time and effort to change the fundamental way of how you perceive yourself as a woman. Or if not, your love life would never improve and is guaranteed to be a mess. And as in how to cultivate your self-concept and get into a healthy feminine energy and learn how to speak the male language so you can communicate with men effectively. This is something that I deep dive in my private dating course, The Dating Gambit. And if you have been the same way for the past 20, 30, 40 years, I have to be realistic, right? You cannot expect miracles to happen overnight. It takes time, dedication, and work, and the right guidance to help you turn it around and fix it. But I promise you, it can be done. When there's a will, there is a way. And once you get a gist of it, dating should be 3F. Fun, free, and fuss-free. It should be so fun. And whenever you open an app, whenever you go on a date, you should be so excited about it. Because when you learn my strategy, you're always 37 steps ahead of the game. You know exactly what to do, what to say, and how to deal with men's bad behavior and put them back on their toes. And I promise you this, women who know how to deal with men are very hard to come by. And when high value men come across a woman like you who are working on yourself, who knows her worth, is so attractive, and he cannot wait to lock you down. Again, if this has not been your experience, it might sound too good to be true, but I promise you, I have been there. Most of my students have been there, and if we can do it, you can do it too. And my final point is, the fifth, I guess, most common mistake that women make to, prevent them from receiving princess treatment is because of work and life commitment, you're very much in your masculine energy. And you always try to prove yourself to men and compete with men, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. So when you do that, guys put you in the peer category. When I say compete, I mean whether it's showing off your academic or business achievement, or fighting to reach for the bill, or I can pay for myself, or giving guys advice on businesses or work or career because you know better. In fact, a lot of time you might actually know better on a certain subject if you work in finance, if you work in law, you work in accounting. But I have to say this, men, whether you like it or not, men don't take advice very well from women, whether they admit it or not. They don't like to be taught by women. And when you are advising a guy that you're romantically involved in, it's going to take away the desire for him to protect and provide, and he is going to put you in the peer category. And once you are in the peer category, it's extremely difficult to get out of it. I also want to make it clear that it's not your fault that you are in your masculine energy, because in the past few decades, women have been conditioned to be masculine. We have to work. We are just as good as men. And the boss babe culture was glorified. You know, we should go work. We should make more money. We should be independent. We were taught that we can't be as good as men, so we have to work as hard as men. We have to do this. We have to do that. I mean, I don't deny that with the same amount of effort, a lot of time women can do the same job, or like can do as good as a job as men. But the thing is, our body and our anatomy and our hormones are so different. Women, especially after age 30, if you're over 30, you know what I'm talking about. We get tired so easily. We can't just work 60, 80, 100 hours and sleep on 3 hours like guys. Men can't do that because they've got a very high level, almost 10 times more testosterone compared to women. That kept them going. We have different cycles throughout the month. There are days that you feel like you are PMSing, you're tired, you want to, snack, you want to take a nap. It's just so, men and women are just fundamentally different. So yes, we can do the same kind of job, but oftentimes we don't want to. And when we are forced to, it ages us. It makes us feel burnt out and exhausted. So the working culture, the glorified boss babe culture, it is a scam that keep women in the workforce. And this is a disease, in my opinion, that guarantees burnout and a hard life that ages women rapidly. And a lot of you might be aware that you are very much in your masculine energy right now. So I want to give you some good news. The good news is, as long as you're biologically a woman, you have the feminine energy in you. It might be blocked right now, but with the right education and the right influence and being in the right group, you will learn how to unclog the blockage and unleash your feminine energy. So moving forward, once you fix your energy, when men get involved with you, they will see you as a diamond that they wish to cherish and protect. So if any of these resonate with you, all the 5 points I just mentioned above, and you truly feel like, I'm so sick and tired of chasing after men. When is it my turn to sit back and get taken care of? A girl just want to go out for a dinner that a man initiate and pay for. Is it really so much to ask? No, it's not. And trust me, it's not your fault that your dating life has been a mess because you were not taught that in school. I think about this often. Wouldn't it be nice for schools to teach us about relationship, communication, how to speak the male language, taxation and investment, stuff that are actually useful instead of calculus or the Pythagoras theorem, right? In the past 15 months or so, I have helped dozens of students to rebuild their self-concept, gain confidence, and most importantly, help them learn a new language, the male language, so they can actually communicate in a way that men understand and respond well, and they get into relationships with provider men and start getting princess treatment. That also led to them being able to maybe quit their job, pursue their passion, or having their provider fund their passion business, or just cut back on their work hours so they can relax and have more time to go to Pilates, go to yoga, and just have fun and enjoy life. I actually want to share 2 other student stories with you that I actually got recently. Another student of mine, Liz from Mexico, actually, she's a Latina. She texted me this on Sunday, a couple of days ago. I'm glad to tell you this, Professor Abby, that I have followed all your advices. She is one of my best students, and she printed out all my books in hard copy. It was so nice to hear. She said this: I began to date a multi-millionaire, a high-value man, and today he asked me for exclusivity and to be his girlfriend. Without your help, I wouldn't have been able to identify the characteristics that they have in common, that high-value men have in common. For example, they do not reply to text immediately. They have no social media. They don't do coffee date. They open doors for me all the time. They serve me food and wine when we go out. And he even stands up from his chair anytime I go to the toilet or when I come back to the table. Yes, it is true. High-value men like to chase, and they love, she got a huge LOOVE, love to chase. And they're consistent with their action. It is true. You're right, Abby. They respond to silence. I'll give an example. She said this: he stopped messaging me, and of course, I took your advice, and I did the same. I did not chase. I waited patiently, and boom, 2 days later, he texted me first. He came back, and he planned a whole beautiful dinner reservation. Again, last weekend, this multimillionaire asked Liz to be his girlfriend. I love hearing stories like this. Doesn't matter where you are at on your dating journey. So Liz, now she's got a boyfriend who's a multimillionaire that pursues her. And my other student, Anna, who's only starting to date, and she said this: Abby, I'm already on date according to the new rules. Before this, I always feel so jealous and envy at the way how men help women with their coats at a restaurant. And now I am that woman. So yeah, it's so possible for you. It doesn't matter where you are at on your dating journey. With the right strategy, you can start getting really good treatments when you go out on dates with guys, or you can even get commitment in the next 8 to 12 weeks time. And after helping so many women attract providers, I thought, well, how can I help more of you to actually get cherished and get spoiled and stop sponsoring 50-50 crusty dusties? So I thought, well, why don't I put together a course so more women can actually benefit from my teaching? That's when I decided to actually put together the course, The Dating Gambit. This is the ultimate education that's going to help you transform from casual to commitment and always be 37 steps ahead of the game, so you know exactly how to act and what to do in all sort of dating situation. Now, I just want to quickly share this with you to show you what it looks like in the course, to actually let you know what we are going to cover and what you can learn. I'm going to quickly share my screen, so just bear with me. So this is a self-paced course, consists of over 10 modules, 30 plus hours of teaching. So in module 1, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the game of dating. I always say this, girl, dating is a game, like a poker game. So you must first learn the rules if you want to win. So in module 1, we'll talk about 21st fundamental truth of dating. And I'll go through a whole hour of lecture. What does a healthy relationship look like? A lot of you growing up didn't really see healthy relationship or a healthy dynamic at home between your parents. So this is essential to set up a good example so you know exactly what you're looking for. And this lecture, super important. I'm going to teach you how to pick yourself up, value yourself, build a good self-concept so you can stop getting attached so quickly whenever you get into a relationship or when you get involved with a guy. Module 2, very, very important. Everything you have to understand about men, understanding the players. So a whole lecture talking about what are men exactly, how to talk to them, how to speak the male language. I've got plenty of examples with screen share on how to actually read between the lines. When a man say this, what does he actually mean? And when a man say this, how should you reply? So this is super helpful and super practical. And I'll share a very special psychology experiment showing you how to make men fall in love. And once you learn about this, you will know exactly how to, manipulate and create an artificial environment to make him like you more and fall in love with you a lot quicker. Module 3, manifesting a dream partner. I'll share the most gay-kept secret on where to meet high-value men. If you want to date well and date wealthy guy, the law of proximity is super important. You have to go to where they are, and I'll tell you where you can find them. And I'll also give you a step-by-step guide on how to manifest the dream partner for you. In life, you get what you're looking for. So you must be very clear about what you're looking for and have a step-by-step guide that you have written down, so you follow the exact strategy to make sure that you attract a provider by the end of the year. Module 4 and 5, it's about feminine energy. We'll talk about how you can start getting out of your masculine shell, becoming more feminine, and very interesting lecture here, how to unleash the provider side of a guy. So when a guy gets involved with you, he's automatically inspired to protect and provide, and you can sit back. And this is a very valuable lecture. Stuff like this, I cannot share in public because they are, well, you like it or not, slightly manipulative. I'll talk you through what it looks like when it comes to dealing with a man's ego. Men have a huge ego. And once you understand how to play around with it, he can't get enough of you. And even if the relationship doesn't work out, I promise you, you will always be the one that got away. He would never get over you. Till today, I still oftentimes get random texts or like messages from guys that I've dated in the past on like a Facebook friend request, because I block all of them, but they somehow still find my phone number. They still find me on Facebook. They will send me a text and ask me how I am and tell me that they're still thinking of me. And when I look at their profile, I'm like, dude, you just got engaged a few months ago. Like, get a life. You have a partner. But yeah, if you know how to stroke his ego, even though if the relationship never worked out, you will always be the one that got away, and he would never, get you out of his mind. It's pretty magical. And this one, again, super important. And I am not able to talk about this in public because it's about sex and intimacy. A lot of you are approaching sex the wrong way. That's why you don't get the most amount of pleasure out of it. And also, I'll talk about when you should sleep with a guy, what to do before sleeping with him, what to do when you're in bed with him, and what you must do right after you slept with him to keep him wanting more and keep him chasing after you. And I promise you, what I'm teaching you here, no one taught you about this before, and no one knows about this. I learned these from men. So this is going to be super helpful. When it comes to getting commitment, it's not necessarily about refraining intimacy. It's about how you approach the bedroom activity and what you do after your first sexual encounter with him. There's a very special technique that you must do, and I'll explain to you what happened in a guy's brain once he slept with you and how you should deal with it to make him want you more, okay? And then module 5, more topic about how to be more feminine. I will focus on talking about rotational dating here and teach you how to date like a man to give them a taste of their own medicine. And this lecture on how to build confidence, we have a guest speaker. Her name is Rochelle. I know that some of you came from a, could be a bit of like a challenging background. So you might be thinking, okay, my background hasn't been so great. So is it possible for me to date a rich guy who came from a upper class or upper middle class background? I promise you it's totally possible. So our guest speaker, Rochelle, she was raised in an environment where abuse, drugs, and alcohol were involved. She had a very challenging childhood and very abusive. And now she managed to pick herself back up, got good education, got a good job. And last year, she is married to a very generous provider who got her not one engagement ring, but two, just because she wanted 2 rings and she loved both of them. So this is this is a huge, I guess, a very valuable lesson that you can learn from someone who's been there, and she's going to share with you how she picked herself back up, and how did she approach her relationship when she came from a very challenging background, and how did she had those conversations with her now husband when they were getting, a bit closer to commitment. And obviously, very important topic, how to fix it when a guy pulls away. I'll tell you this, just like what my student Liz just said. She was dating this multimillionaire, and then at one point he just stopped texting her. But Liz did the right thing. She did not chase. And 2 days later, he came back. For guys who's got a lot to offer, high value men who's got money and resources, before they commit, whether you like it or not, is it childish? Yes. They often would pull back a little bit just to test you. And most of you would get so frustrated and so nervous and so paranoid, and you start chasing. And that's the beginning of the nightmare, and that's how you lose him. So I'll talk you through exactly what to do when he pulls away and what to do when he comes back, so you can keep him on his toes. Module 6, online dating prescription. Dating apps is a great tool, even in 2025, if you know how to use it. I always say this, not using dating apps to help make your dating life easier and give you more options is like not using ChatGPT to help you organize your work or plan your itinerary. You're going to get left behind, and it's a very disadvantageous position to be in. Knowing how to use dating app correctly include curate the perfect profile. So your profile alone and your prompts are going to portray an image to attract high value men and repel crusty dusties. A hint here is you don't want to look hot on a dating app. You want to look cute and elegant, and I'll teach you exactly how to do that. Second one, red flags to look out for on his dating profile. There are so many things to look out for on a man's profile that a lot of them are actually immediately disqualified. So I can actually help you save a lot of headache and also heartbreak. And this is a very long lecture. I actually spent a lot of time, many hours, screenshotting different dating apps prompts and like messages from my students and from people that I know. And I give you very detailed real life example. It's super helpful. Once you've gone through this whole module, you know exactly what to do. And I promise you, the quality of guys that you attract on the dating apps will skyrocket. You won't have an issue having multiple high value men asking you out on a first date to a fancy restaurant. Therefore, we also have the perfect first day masterclass. I talk about, first of all, how to get guys to approach you in real life. That's like a side topic. And when you get a date offer, how do you dress? How do you behave? What do you use? How do you navigate the cutleries in a fine dining situation? And 2 extremely important things that you must do after the first date when you get home to keep him interested and keep him wanting more, or plus protect your heart. So yeah, I'll teach you how to get guys to approach you in real life, how to get a lot of amazing date offers online, and how to have the most perfect first date. This is one of my favorite modules by far. Module 7, slightly more interesting. This is not just about dating. I'll talk about money mindset. If you want to date a wealthy guy, you don't have to be rich as a woman, not at all, but you must have your basic finances in order. You also have to share the same money mindset, the wealthy mindset. I'll talk about a lot here, how to fix your money mindset and how to start accumulating wealth. This is like a bonus module from me because I want the best for you and I always over deliver. I talk about very basic finances and investing. If you don't know how to invest, or if you are in debt, that's totally fine. You can start building wealth by using $50 or even $100 per month. I've done this masterclass before for some of my private students, and this is the class that they love the most. Investing, finances, and what are the best designer goods and brands to invest, and what you should invest in to actually help you accumulate wealth. And the other two things is, I actually got a text yesterday. One of my students told me that she got swindled by a 60-year-old guy, and she lost a lot of money. That truly breaks my heart. So, very important topic. I'll tell you about all the telltale signs to signal you that a guy is truly wealthy, or is it just like a bamboozle trying to woo you, wow you at the very first get-go. And a few days in, when you are emotionally invested, the next thing you know, oh, he needs money from you. I don't know, to fund his business, or for some reason his cash got strapped in like a whatever account. A lot of you, because you have a soft spot for the guy, you would just hand out your money, and those are money that goes down the drain. And here I'll teach you how to tell if a guy is truly wealthy. You can tell a lot by the way how he paid for a date. You can tell a lot by asking him the right question to vet him. And one of the most asked questions, Abby, is the stay-at-home wife life truly risk-free? I have my personal opinion on this, but I'll save that for a whole hour lecture here. I will also talk about the importance and also whether you should get a prenup or not. And if you do want to get a prenup, how you should do it to give you the most amount of benefit. Again, stuff that I talk about here, I cannot share them in public because it's politically incorrect, and that's going to get me in trouble. Okay, final couple modules. Module 8, it's about how to level up your social circles and make better friends, because as cliche as it is, you are the average of 5 around you. Pretty self-explanatory. Module 9, this one, I'm so conflicted about it, but I decided to do it. The first lecture is about if you're currently in a relationship that you're not sure about whether you should stay or you should leave. I've got very clear instructions to help you weigh out the pros and cons. So you would be able to figure out the right answer after watching this lesson. And the next two, super, super manipulative. A 5-step guide to getting back with your ex. I have used this myself. It works wonderfully. I debated a lot whether to talk about this or not, because I'm afraid that some of you might use this as a strategy to get back with someone who is abusive. So I have a disclaimer. There are a few conditions that you should not be using my strategy to get back with an ex. But I know that a lot of times relationship isn't so black and white. There are some breaks up that are, meant to be like a roadblock or like a bump in a long-term relationship. And sometimes you do have to spend some time apart to work on yourself and come back together stronger. So if you're currently contemplating about getting back with someone that you really, really like, and he did treat you well and he did love you, this is for you. Very long lectures, but a 5-step guide on how to get back with your ex. And finally, module 10, looking the part as a high-value woman. I talk about fitness, nutrition, how to get in shape. I also have 3 very special gifts. I got 3 different workout programs for you that are super effective. That's going to help you get into your best shape in the next 8 to 12 weeks time. It's all in the module. So yeah, that's all for the content here. Let me just go back to my teaching script here. So yeah, this is, pretty much the end of the masterclass. As I said before, this is not your fault that you're not taught these valuable skills when it comes to dating. But since you are here, it is your responsibility, and I'm sure that you agree with me, it's your responsibility as an adult to recognize these missing elements and be proactive to take action to work on these issues so your dating life can be improved. You learning these skills, this is the one final thing that I would say. is so much bigger than just helping yourself. You are going to break the generational curse in your family, and your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-granddaughter are all going to become women that get spoiled and cherished by men just because their ancestor, you, took a course with Abby in 2025, and you were able to pass on the correct information to the women in your future bloodline. This is about creating a legacy, because knowledge is power, and having the right knowledge to help women make the right dating choice is truly going to save this planet, because there are going to be less abusive relationship. There are going to be less children born into poverty, or kids that born into a family with an incompetent and, laid back father. I just want to make it clear that this is so much more than your personal cause. And if you don't do this for yourself, please do this for our future generation, for your daughters. I truly believe that women are the gatekeepers of society. So if the thought of seeing children suffer bothers you, you can play a huge part in changing this. But first, you have to have the right education and knowledge to make the right dating choice. As I mentioned before at the beginning of the class, as a gesture of appreciation for staying till the end, we've come to the end. I have 3 very special free gifts for you. So if this struck a chord with you, by the way, I'm going to quickly actually attach a link here about the Dating Gambit. If you are interested to learn more about the module and see what does that entail, you can click the link here on the masterclass and look into the offer that we have today. And as I mentioned, I've got 3 very special gifts. If you feel like this resonates with you and you want to sign up and get a better dating life, when you sign up for the Dating Gambit in the next 24 hours, I want to help you pay part of it, because I appreciate an action taker. So you will receive a very generous action taker discount for $400 plus 3 free gifts. The first one is you will get a dining and dating etiquette workbook curated by the former head of diplomatic protocol at Parliament in London, who advised diplomats and European prime ministers on etiquette and manners. So in the future, when you get taken out on fancy dinner dates by high-value men, you know exactly how to dress, how to behave in an elegant manner. The second gift is you will have access to 2 VIP group coaching session recording where I answer a lot of relatable dating questions regarding commitment, how to be more feminine, and again, juicy topics that I can never discuss in public. For example, sex, intimacy, how to keep your sex life interesting and passionate. They are all in the group coaching sessions, and you will have access to them. And the final gift is, this is super valuable. It's going to be valuable for over $1,000. I want to make this a continuous learning experience for you to help you get the most out of this, because I truly want to help you get better. So here's the deal. You will be gifted a free pass to all my future masterclasses that I'm hosting in 2025 this year. I have an anti-aging masterclass taught by a board-certified dermatologist coming up in April. You'll have that for free. And I also have another one lined up. It's a fashion masterclass teaching you how to curate timeless and elegant wardrobe for different occasions. And of course, I have more plans in the future for the rest of the year. And as my following get bigger and bigger, the guest lecturers would get bigger and better as well. And I would love to take you with me along this journey. So for my masterclasses, I charge them for a fee. But if you sign up for the Dating Gambit in the next 24 hours, you will have access to them for free for the rest of the year. You'll be able to attend them live, and also the recording will also be in a Dating Gambit program. So yeah, these 3 action ticket bonuses will only be available for the next 24 hours. Once this has been expired, I won't be able to reactivate that for you. You can still sign up for the course, but it'll be at full price and without the bonuses. So yeah, just a quick recap. Final thing. When you sign up for the Dating Gambit in the next 24 hours, you will receive a dating and dining etiquette workbook curated by the former head of diplomatic protocol at Parliament in London to help you shape yourself into an elegant woman. You will also have access to 2 VIP group coaching calls where I share juicy secrets about sex, dating, and commitment that I cannot share in public. And you will also be given a free pass to take part in all of my future masterclasses in 2025. So that's the deal for today. Thank you for coming here. And I shall see you in the class or on Instagram. Speak soon. Take care.